Do you love indie games but don't have the time? Fear not, for I have collected 3 indie games. From the surreal, to the melancholy, to the whimsical. Each game taking just about an hour to complete. Join me in this venture so we can find the perfect indie darling for you. Let's go! Brume is one of those games that makes you feel lost, and it does that on purpose. It's going to be hard to describe Brume with just a couple of words, but I'ma give it a go anyway. It's an atmospheric, dark fantasy, Souls-like exploration game, where not a single word is spoken, and you are all on your own exploring this dangerous island. There are no signs telling you where to go, just branching paths, locked doors, and your own intuition guiding you. Though disorientating at first, you really feel like a lost adventurer exploring a forgotten land. I like it. You've probably already realized its surreal pixel art style, unless you are doing something else while listening to this video in the background. It's very eye-catching yet mysterious at the same time. There's this thick fog covering your vision, which makes it hard to see anything at a distance, like this game is hiding something, just out of sight. But because of this fog, you tend to miss paths that would have been obvious otherwise. Now, you heard me mention Souls-like earlier, and I'm getting to that. I've never played any Souls-like game before, besides Soul Knight, so I tend to die. A lot. The game even had the difficult tag, so you know it's going to be tough. Unfortunately, I only discovered that you could dash a third into the game, which, as I mentioned earlier, there are pretty much no tutorials. There was also this mechanic where some enemies are weak to blunt or sharp weapons. If you use the wrong weapon, you will not do damage to them. I only understood this later, but I feel like it makes sense. It's a way to guide players, to make them progress the way the developers envisioned without needing words or a tutorial or even a map. Although, if you didn't catch this, you might be confused as to why your recently acquired weaponry is barely damaging the boss. Near the end of the game, it got pretty fun when I finally understood the mechanics and used it to its fullest potential. Charging my attack, dodging, then waiting for the opportune moment to land a devastating blow. That is how this game was supposed to be played. Easy money, easy clap. Despite early frustrations, I left the game feeling the most satisfied, mastering the game's simple but well thought out mechanics, and besting those tough bosses. Some may say that the price doesn't match the length of the game, but it's 75% off till January 20. So if it interests you, you should grab it now! I'll try to convince you to play this game by describing it with 2 words. Doomed Yuri. Now, by saying that, I have convinced at least 11% of my audience. Maybe a bit of the male demographic too, if you're into that. But in all seriousness, Yuki is one of the most beautiful, aesthetic, and engaging games I have ever played this year. I don't want to sound pretentious, more than I already have, but I say this is the perfect example of games being an interactable story. Because at its core, that is what Yuki is. A most beautiful story. And everything you do in this game exists to serve the story. You play as Yuki, a quiet girl going through what seems like a normal life. But it doesn't take long to realize something feels off. There are memories she can't escape and feelings she hasn't fully processed, which leads her to this abandoned school, and that is where I'll stop. You're not getting any lore dumps here. But trust me, I'm holding back as many spoilers for the story because it's just that good. I will talk about other aspects of this game, like the puzzles. They aren't so easy that they feel like gameplay padding, but they're not so hard that I have to go watch a manly badass hero playthrough to solve them. And when the game does present what looks like a battle, it isn't a battle at all. These confrontations serve as a way to test if you are really paying attention to what you are doing and the items you are finding, as they hold significant value to the characters of this story. There is no way to fight, not really. You can only help them pass on. After this, the game asks you to choose based on everything you've learned. And it hurts because you start to care. I won't spoil what it is, but when the game asks you to make that choice, will you pick love or the one that feels right, even when it isn't? Going in, I called this doomed Yuri, but after finishing it, it didn't feel right. Because Yuki isn't about love failing, it's about learning when love means letting go. So maybe it's not doomed Yuri at all. Maybe it's actually hopeful Yuri. Go play it, it's free. Our final game is insanely underrated, and yet it is one of the best indie games I've ever played, period. This game can be described with exactly one word, and that word is tower. Or is it TWWWR? In this roughly 1 hour experience, you climb a massive tower, each floor packed with hostile denizens, perilous platforming, shops, bosses, secrets, and challenges. For such a short game, it has so much to offer. One of the first things you'll notice is the pixel art. It's genuinely beautiful. Every level feels distinct. Different colors, architecture, and hazards. Every step you take has a satisfying sound. Wires sway. Plants move in the wind. It really feels like this tower has been lived in, and you're an unwanted trespasser in someone else's world. At its core, Tower is a top-down shooter, but its main mechanics change everything. You can jump over gaps and orange bullets. You cannot move while shooting, but you can charge your gun for a shotgun-like blast. Every action, moving, jumping, shooting, feels incredibly satisfying. And the bosses? They're fantastic! Bosses are my favorite part of any combat game, and TWWWR delivers. There's slight bullet hell inspiration here, just enough to keep you on edge, without ever feeling overwhelming. For a short game, there are an incredible amount of secrets. Some are hidden just off the beaten path. Others require you to complete a quest and return to an earlier part of the tower, to a door that is seemingly important, but is impossible to open. And don't worry, there are warp points. Then there are the trinkets. They work like charms from Hollow Knight. Some are simple buffs, like jumping higher or running faster, while others completely change how you play, replacing your charge attack with a damage boost, or turning enemy bullets into harmless flowers. There's so much room for experimentation. I personally ran with an all-damage build, Longer range, poison bullets, consecutive shots dealing more damage, and replacing my charge attack with a damage buff. Tower is short, but it's dense, intentional, and deeply satisfying. It respects your time, rewards curiosity, and never wastes a single moment. If you love tight gameplay, expressive pixel art, and games that know exactly what they want to be, then please, don't let this one stay underrated. You have made it to the outro, the place where I conclude the video with my ramblings. I hope you liked the selection of short indie games in this video, because I surely did. And you know what they say, all good things are meant to be shared. And these works of art are too good to be kept secret. They are either free, cheap, or on sale, so do give them a shot when they interest you. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, there is no price for happiness.